This episode of Backseat Gamer is brought to you by Dubby, an energy drink formulated to give you focus and energy with no jitters or crash. Their formula contains vitamins, amino acids, and nootropics, including the patented Neurofactor, and contains no calories, sugar, maltodextrin, fillers, or artificial colors. Go now to dubby.gg, and if you use our promo code BACKSEAT, you'll get 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, be better. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Going Great. I'm your host, Michael Riley. With me is Dane Forgione.
Hi.
And Ashley Miller.
Russia.
With love.
Did you say Russia?
With love.
No, I said pressure.
Oh, yeah. It's
Russia.
pushing down on you, pushing down on me. You're an asshole.
You're an asshole.
Yeah.
What was Going Great? Is that another Nickelodeon show?
Yes. I'm really getting obscure with the Nickelodeon shows now.
I was gonna say you're getting it to the point where it's
all right. The funny thing is it's obscure, but it's also there. It's very noteworthy for a specific reason, and I'll tell you why in just a second. But I will explain that the show was on the air in like 1983, so none of us were born yet, and it was canceled in '86, I want to say. So it ran on the channel for a few years. And especially into the Geraldine Laybourne years, which is the era of the channel that the channel got really fucking successful, and they had all the hits like Double Dare and What Would You Do, or Finders Keepers and shit like that. You know, she was in charge from '84 to '96, I want to say. So she was responsible for a lot of the good Nickelodeon era. So Going Great is noteworthy because, it was hosted by some dude that I've never heard of, who was apparently famous for being an actor in a TV show I'd never watched. But there was a correspondent on that show, and that correspondent happens to be a young, fresh-faced Keanu Reeves.
Like, hello, I'm Keanu Dracula.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean Keanu Reeves.
Yep, Keanu Reeves got his start on a Nickelodeon television show.
Interesting.
Who'd have thought? So yeah, that's good at trivia.
Look at all the teen stars who were on the Mickey Mouse Club in the late '80s and early '90s.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Everybody's got to start somewhere.
And if you want to learn about more facts like that, I actually highly recommend there's a series on YouTube called Knickknacks by a channel called Paparina, where he's covering chronologically every Nickelodeon show. Knickknacks. Yeah, and yes, and he is currently somewhere in 1987 or 88 with the programming. He might be a little further along than that, I'm not sure. But it's really well researched, really deep dive, and when he gets to some of the tentpole shows, those episodes are quite long. The episode on You Can't Do That on Television is an hour and a half long. It's quite in-depth. And the episode on Double Dare is also over an hour and a half long.
You know, that actually brings me up to a point that I've been thinking about for the last couple of weeks, especially when I watch like deep dives on YouTube.
Yes.
I fucking hate it when I see like a 40, 50, 60-minute video on a subject that I really like. And it's like, oh yeah, I want to watch this. And the person who is doing the narrating sounds like this. This is how they do the narrating. They are monotone and they do run-on sentences. And it's clear they are just reading from a Wikipedia article.
Yeah, that's no fun. I don't like those either. It's unfortunately Paparina is way better produced than that. Thank God. Because I would not have been able to watch. I would not have been able to sit through the hour and a half. I did watch the whole thing, by the way, the hour and a half episode on both You Can't Do That on Television and Double Dare. Watched them both. Very interesting. He actually covers, when the Double Dare video, he covers all the iterations of Double Dare. Oh, this is the exit. I'm fucking just wandering around, and there's the exit. So
does he do the infamous episode where Bobby Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon were on it? I don't know.
it is mentioned, yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
He actually mentions both of those, not just the Bobby Heenan Gorilla Monsoon one, but the other one with Mr. Perfect and Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So yeah, he covers every iteration of Double Dare, including Double Dare 2000 and the reboot from a couple years ago. So.
Hey, Pop Marina, you want to be a guest on our show and do this? I'm sure he'll be beating down the door to get to here.
Right, exactly. Okay.
Is it a he or a she?
He.
Okay.
Mike, are you wanting to get slimed?
That is a very odd way to ask that question. And if we weren't talking about Nickelodeon beforehand, that would be very inappropriate.
Well, you've been on a Nickelodeon kick, although there is nothing wrong with that. And it's just, I kind of have a feeling that you just...
Being nostalgic.
I have a feeling you want to get baptized in slime.
I mean, I've been watching pretty much all those episodes of Knick Knacks. But it's You Can't Do That on Television one that actually got me into watching that series. There's some good episodes that aren't quite as long on other subjects, like the episode on Wild and Crazy Kids is pretty informative. That one just came out recently.
It's like I can't wait till they get to Ren and Stimpy, but it's
not
probably
too long
be
from now because that show debuted in '91, so that's only a couple years away.
But I have a bad feeling that Ren and Stimpy's gonna have like a mix of
Yeah, there's gonna be some uncomfortable. The elephant in the room on that one is going to have to be discussed. As a matter of fact, John Kay has already come up in Knick Knacks. They covered the Terror in Tinseltown special way back when, and that's a cartoon. That was basically the first kind of animation to really run on Nick. And that show is that particular special was done by Ralph Bakshi. And John Kay was involved. I don't think he was involved in that special, but John Kay was heavily involved with Bakshi and influenced by his work. So, of course, John Kay came up because, of course, Ren and Stimpy was a staple of Nickelodeon for many years.
It's like there's two bad things that pop up whenever I think of Nickelodeon. I think of John Kay and his creepy...
Yeah,
and then, of course,
it's hard to watch anything with him in it now.
And mind you, it's kind of weird that I would be bringing this up, but the one producer guy who worked on like all the live action shows, like,
are you talking about
Dan Schneider?
Dan Schneider, yeah.
That's
a little further ways away. That's going to be like 94, 95-ish when that's probably going to come up. That hasn't even come up yet. But yeah, John Kay has been discussed briefly because of his connections to Ralph Bakshi.
Which, don't get me wrong, iCarly, not exactly my cup of tea, but it is technically the Nickelodeon show.
Who would have thought that you look at Ralph Bakshi and you look at John Kay and you figure that Ralph Bakshi's the better human being of those two?
I mean,
yeah, I know.
Ralph Bakshi was just a weird guy.
He is. He's a weird, kind of almost perverted dude, but he's a much better human being.
Yeah, he doesn't try to fuck little girls.
Exactly. He doesn't go after little girls.
And he kind of, I mean, if Future Mike can put up a more recent photo of Ralph Bakshi, he kind of looks like a grizzled old grandpa. Like, come sit by me, youngins. I'll tell you about the time that I made the movie Cool World.
He did do that, yeah.
I made Kim Basinger fappable in animated form.
No, the combination of her mom's egg and her dad's sperm made her fappable.
I'm pretty sure she was hot before Ralph Bakshi directed her.
Yeah, Bakshi had no involvement in that.
Don't get me wrong. Kim Basinger, like, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous woman. I'm straight. I make no case for it, but I'm comfortable enough in my sexuality to point out when another woman is like drop dead gorgeous.
It's fair.
I mean, she was in Batman and she was pretty fucking hot in that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Truth.
Like
Vicky Vale.
100%.
It's like her as Vicky Vale, and then of course, you know, Michael Keaton, which mind you, I don't think Michael Keaton is that attractive, but somehow the script writing and brought all that, and it's like now I'm looking at it and I'm just like, oh, fuck. That's hot. And then of course it got hotter with Batman Returns, and I'm just like, sweet buttery Christ.
Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman, just yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
I will accept that, though. I do find Anne Hathaway attractive.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
No, don't.
But Michelle
don't-
Pfeiffer, though.
I mean,
You know, I'm looking now at the knickknacks thing.
Oh, okay. You have found it.
Right away, my eye turns to Fred Penner's place.
Yeah,
And-
that was a thing. He also
And I'm
covered.
like-
He also does cover the imported shows too. Like, obviously, you can't do that on television. Was
I mean,
imported.
technically, Fred Penner's place is an import because I believe it was Canadian.
Yeah, a lot of the early Nickelodeon output was Canadian imports or old PBS shows that never aired. It didn't air anymore. Case in example, Going Great was a PBS show
My God.
that Nick imported.
Oh my God, Count Duckula. Oh wow.
Yeah, I'd almost forgotten that was even on Nickelodeon. To be fair,
I was like, I'm just sitting here like that was a thing on Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it sure was.
okay. You'll have to. First of all, you'll have to link me to this because
Just search for Pop Arena on YouTube.
And Dave the Gnome, that's where I first heard about Tom Bosley.
Yeah, that show had a fucking depressing ending.
Ren and Stimpy. If I'm gonna watch this Knickknacks, Ren and Stimpy.
I was gonna say,
Are you
is
in
the
dark?
is the Ren and Stimpy knickknacks up? I don't think he's gotten quite that far yet.
That's what I would be. That's what I would be waiting for. But
I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to remember what the most recent episode is right now.
It looks like there was something on Pete and Pete, and
Wow. Okay. So yeah, we're getting right into the good years of Nick. Pete and Pete came out in '89, I think. So
something called Launchbox.
Oh yeah, Launchbox. Yeah. I forgot about
but
Lunchbox.
the episodes that I would be looking forward to would be the Ren and Stimpy one. I'll have to watch the Double Dare one. Erie, Indiana, and Are You Afraid of the Dark?
What?
Those three.
I'm personally waiting for pretty much all the game show ones. Some of them have already been, like Double Dare's out, Think Fast is out, and Wild and Crazy Kids is out. I'm not sure. And Fighters Keepers.
I thought Erie, Indiana was more the Disney Channel or WB. I don't remember that on Nickelodeon.
I don't think it was ever on Nick.
Let me double check, because I might be misremembering. But I always thought it was a Nick show. You know what I wish could have been a Nickelodeon show, but wasn't?
What's that?
Goosebumps, even though Goosebumps was on Fox Kids, so it was like.
Well, I don't know. I don't think Nickelodeon really needed Goosebumps.
I was going to say they literally had Are You Afraid of the Dark?
A much superior product, I'll be honest.
Well, some of the Goosebumps episodes weren't that bad.
They were pretty good, but I think Are You Afraid of the Dark was way more fucking consistent.
Yeah,
and a lot of it was actually kind of scary at times.
Except for that fucking reboot, which was just a trash fire.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. I'm sure that'll come up in the episode.
Oh, God. The episode... Okay, so tell me if you remember this one. The fucking episode where the evil librarian, no talking, and she would open up that book and steal kids' voices.
Yes.
Like, Jesus.
I do remember that. That was terrifying.
And the fucking muck man that came out of the pool.
I remember the guy, the one where the kid had I think it was a mirror in the basement, and the actual episode ended with him getting ready to devour people's souls, and that's how it ended. And I'm just like, wow, that's fucked up.
There were a couple of Are You Afraid of the Dark episodes that ended very oh, this is a bad ending. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's not something you get in children's television.
The one where Tia and Tamara Mowry were there, and it turns out it was some kind of evil twin thing, and it turns out the evil twin was the survivor or something.
I don't know if anybody realized also, but that show is also a Canadian import.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right. So, okay. A quick sidetrack. Erie, Indiana looks like the network that it was on was NBC, but I don't know why I'm associating it with Nickelodeon.
I don't think it was ever on Nick.
But as far as Are You Afraid of the Dark, the only episode that sticks out in my mind had to do with vampires. The kid had befriended a vampire, but he didn't know it. And then by the end, it's you're thinking, oh, okay, well, maybe he's just a little pre-goth kid and stuff. No, by the time the kid leaves and it establishes that, they're friends and stuff, it turns out the kid's a fucking vampire because his mom has a built-in blood bank. So it's I wouldn't say it was a bad ending, but I wouldn't say it was a good ending.
I think, most of those Goosebumps books were kind of downer endings. The one that I remember was the one where the kid puts on the mask and the mask possesses him and makes him do bad things, and they finally get the mask off, and whoever the proprietor of the mask was is okay, but if somebody else puts this mask on, you're never going to get it off again. And then the little brother or sister puts the mask on or something.
I remember that.
Okay, yeah, I remember that particular Goosebumps thing. I remember watching that, but no, the whole era, I was talking about the Are You Afraid of the Dark with the vampires. I do remember, as far as Goosebumps goes, aside from that, I remember the Tower of Terror. I remember the camp one where it seemed like everyone.
Oh, Terror Tower. I read Return to Terror Tower. I never read the first one.
And then I remember there was one, and I don't know if they made an episode out of it, but it was called Say Cheese and Die.
I remember the book. I read the book.
Yeah.
The one I remember reading the most was Let's Get Invisible.
My favorites were the Monster Blood ones.
Yeah, those were pretty good.
But
remember, folks, remember.
Yeah.
Once you started growing out of the Goosebumps books, that's okay. Because as you became a preteen and a teenager, you just read Christopher Pike books.
True.
Fear Street.
Well, that Christopher Pike was Fear Street, I thought.
No, Fear Street was written by R.L. Stine as well.
Okay. Because I remember Christopher Pike kind of wrote his whole thing was, yeah, this is just Goosebumps for teenagers. Uh-huh.
Oh.
For those who aren't exactly sure, Fear Street was kind of like a teenager and young adult novel series written by R.L. Stine. This one kind of had a more mature theme. I remember my mom said something about how my brother used to read it. Also, recently, within the last, 2 or 3 years, they have come out with a movie series on Netflix called Fear Street 1994. Fear Street 1976, I believe. And then Fear Street 1666, which also at the second half of that movie had Fear Street 1994 Part 2. So it was covering the legacy of Sarah Fear. The first film that took place in 1994 brought on this concept of Shady Side and Sunnyvale. Shady Side, where all the bad things happen, all the crime, and it kind of plays into the fact that, maybe the place is cursed or haunted. Sunnyvale is just this, city of prosperity, no bad things happen. And the more and more you get into the movies, you find out there's some pretty dark shit going on. Not for kids, definitely not for kids because of the sexual overtones. Not bad movies and not bad books from what I heard.
Well, you know who did a really good in-depth review on those movies was James A. Denise.
Yes, he did. He and his wife did a podcast on it, and they were also on Dead Meat. And
okay, many apologies there. If you're wondering why there was a sudden cut, it's because my internet went down while we were talking about Nickelodeon stuff.
Where's the video?
Shit. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say that would be probably impotent.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Now I don't know, because we started going off about Christopher Pike and Fear Street and all that stuff. So now I don't know how much of that you got before.
Everything up to when you were saying, "Oh, why is the video going wobbly?" and then I switched over to look, and then everything disconnected right after that.
Oh, okay.
So no, everything stayed.
Panko breadcrumbs.
Because as we were waiting to go back, I was thinking back to some Christopher Pike stuff, and the one, well, rather two books, because there was a sequel that I kind of wish got a horror movie treatment was The Chain Letter 1 and 2. And essentially speaking, The Chain Letter was I Know What You Did Last Summer before I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Okay.
So,
Well, that kind of blows my mind.
You blew my mind.
Mine now, blow me.
You blew my mind, and that was all you blew.
Oh my God! I'm so glad you told me about this channel, Mike, Paparina, because there's a bunch of videos that's I gotta watch this as soon as I can.
Yep.
Paparino. All right.
Yep.
Well, look up knickknacks. That might be easier.
And is it Nik then Nax?
No, it's Nick. Why would it be Nik? That's never how the channel was spelled.
You swine.
Trying to remember only because, oh, found it. Okay. SpongeBob SquarePants, The Great Snail Race, Paparina. Okay, got it. Saving it. Yeah.
Saving it.
And yeah. Nick Nax sample platter.
Yep.
Knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone.
Mick Jagger's a Rolling Stone.
Well, a Rolling Stone gathers Kate Moss eventually.
Wow.
Ooh, shit. Nice.
Very sage.
Yes. Remember My Three Sons? They're playing that on Me TV. A lot.
Oh my God.
Well, it's about this single dad and his 3 kids, and it's like the dad's uber progressive.
No, I've heard.
Yeah.
Gee, Uncle Ernie.
It's like, Uncle Joe. Yeah, Uncle Joe's gonna make you some hot dogs. Shut up.
Some hot dogs.
Ooh.
Oh,
That Schrader Doug funny. He crossed the picket line over to Disney,
Truth.
and the
every
Disney version
time,
is yes,
every time.
and the Disney version of Doug sucked anyway. So
Yeah, they actually let him get with Patty, and that's defeats
it
the
was
purpose. And
it was such a weird dynamic because they were like they dated and then they broke up and then they got back together and then they broke up again and then Roger won the lottery
yeah,
and then Skeeter and Doug stopped being friends for some strange reason and Skeeter and BB were a couple and Skunky Beamer was an annoying pothead and Judy Funny became like some kind of weirdo theater person or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
And then
every
Doug's parents had a third baby.
Mm.
and every time
And his
that
name
theme
was
song,
very,
No.
very funny.
every time I think of the theme song, I always think somewhere Doug Walker's losing another follicle.
Oh, actually, no. It was actually a little sister, Cleopatra. Never mind.
Yeah. Just don't roll her up in a carpet.
Thank you, Polly.
By the way, you everybody out there watching might be like wondering why I'm just farting around and not really making progress. I'm genuinely confused as to where I'm supposed to go. I've been wandering around looking for progress and I can't seem to find it.
Do we have to mark our path with corpses? I feel like we have to do that. It's like, here's an X, this is where I was. Why is that X painted in a demon's viscera? Because I have no paint?
Where do I go? Where do
Let's
we go?
see.
Where do we go?
Where do we go?
Where do we go? Oh, where do we go?
I have a feeling there was.
Where do we go now?
I have a feeling there was another Nickelodeon show that I really liked that, like, Mario Lopez hosted.
Possibly, but I'm not sure. You might be thinking of the Crystal Maze, which was not Nickelodeon.
Why am I misremembering shows? It's shitting me out.
Crystal Maze. And actually, the first season of Crystal Maze wasn't even hosted by Mario Lopez. It was hosted by J.D. Roth.
I thought it was Masters of the Maze.
Yeah, that's it. I was thinking of the British version, I think. Yeah, Masters of the Maze was hosted by J.D. Roth for the first season, and then Mario Lopez took over. But that was on Family Channel. That was not.
Family Channel.
Yeah, I remember that.
That takes me back.
Remember Family Challenge? That show hosted by Ray Combs right before he.
Right before he made out with a handgun.
Oh Jesus! That's a
too soon.
That's a pretty bleak way of putting it. Yeah.
The only thing I remember about the Family Channel was that it played Whose Line, The Three Stooges, old episodes of Johnny Carson, and then The 700 Club.
It still does that. Even as freeform, it still does that. But that's because they had an agreement in perpetuity with CBN to run that show at least twice a day.
And yes, I do go to church. I have gone back to church, but I still think that Robert Patterson is fucking
So you
dildo.
mean Pat Robertson?
Yeah, that fucker. He's a dildo.
Robert Pattinson was the.
Robert Pattinson played Edward on Twilight.
Yeah, he's a douchebag, but
I don't even think he's a douchebag. He's always said publicly he never liked that role.
so
No,
I should.
he's-
Actually, let me backtrack on something real quick. Ray Combs didn't shoot himself; he actually hung himself.
So he made out with a rope then.
Sure.
Sure.
Oh, that's still tasteless.
This whole
I'm not
show is
glorifying
tasteless.
it.
I was gonna say this show is tasteless. What are you talking about?
I
I
know.
was gonna say, where have you been?
Yeah,
Under a rock?
Hunter Dwayne Johnson.
Hey, Joe Brody, get out of there!
I have a feeling his massive ass and thighs would crush me. Like he would be
Oh.
my Snu-Snu.
There's enemies here, I guess.
I guess you're making progress then.
Yeah, I found a key. So I was like, oh, there's where I was supposed to go.
But why is everything red?
Because
And
there's
not-
enemies, and I guess I was supposed to. But I don't see where the enemies are. Is the thing? Oh wait, here they are.
Oh, there was that one, and
That
then
one.
you blew him. Then you blew him away.
Oh, oh yeah, this is a railgun now because I picked up that temporary.
Damn, what the?
Yeah.
Geez, Pinky's really fucking shit up.
See, when you get the rail gun, that's not railroad spikes, but it's a tiny electromagnetic bolt of energy, and it just shoots up, and then it just hits you, and then there's pieces of you over there and over there, right over there, man. Ooh, yeah.
Why is Macho Man Randy Savage telling us about railguns?
I don't know. I just felt it. And it just came.
Did the spirit of the Lord come into you like, my child, imitate Macho Man Randy Savage when you're talking about railguns?
I just couldn't stop, and it just kept going.
Yeah,
I'll say.
that's what the Zodiac Killer said too.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm just saying, you know.
Look, I've been on a Macho Man kick as of late because I've been seeing a lot of videos of the cup of coffee in the morning. Freak out.
Brah, brah, brah.
Oh, why did I dash? I meant to hit the grenade. That's alright.
You
Grenade.
zig when you should have zigged.
Yeah, I zigged when I should have zagged. Grenade! Shit, get out of here.
Grenade shit.
I hate the chosen champion.
The only chosen champion I know is Liu Kang from Mortal Kombat.
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. I ain't never gonna stop.
There you go. Eat a dick. Eat all the yucks.
Sucker
You know,
killing.
since we can't play Techno Syndrome, it's like I wish I had musical talents to play it, but the only thing closest to it would be James A. Janice playing it on the saxophone. Play that shit, James. Play that shit.
And the saxophone.
It's not a bad cover. I mean, it's not like super sexy sax, but it's like
It's super sexy.
he was hype as fuck for the kill count, and it's like Mortal Kombat's not a horror movie. No, but it's horror adjacent because it had horror movie characters. You fucking giraffe.
I mean, the video game did, but the movie did not.
Well, I feel that if they would have gotten an R rating, that they would have been able to do some of the horrifying fatalities of that first film. The second film, I try not to think about that. The reboot, the remake.
The second film where Johnny Cage dies in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's
And
kind
he
of
dies to the wrong fucking person, because in the original trilogy he was killed by, like, not Shao Kahn but someone else, and it kind of reveals it in MK9 that he would have been killed by Motaro had it not been for Raiden just supermaning Motaro through a fucking bridge.
Not to mention the fact that it was a completely different actor playing Johnny Cage in the second one. So, my retcon is that wasn't Johnny Cage. That was Ronnie
stunt double.
that was
Mabe.
Connie,
That was Ronnie
that was
Mabe.
Connie Jade.
No, that was a stunt double playing Johnny Cage, and he was stepping in thinking, oh, I fucking got this. It was like, no, the fuck you don't. It's like, well, I mean, if you think about it, in
There must be
MK11,
higher love.
Yeah, down in the heart, or hidden in the stars above.
Without it, time is wasted time.
Yeah. Look inside your heart, and I'll look inside mine.
Oh, Bobby, Bobby.
what I was going to say, in MK11, there is a special move that involves Johnny and a stunt double.
The reach around. No.
No, that's not the name of it. But and when you look at it, it's just like, man, that's gotta be the only reason why he died in the MK2 movies. He called it a fucking stunt double, and the weird thing is, stunt double surprisingly could do a shadow kick, but not the first movie. Only thing that Johnny Cage did, ball punch.
He punched Goro in his balls.
By the way, the actor who played Johnny Cage, Lyndon Ashby, just so you know.
In the first one?
Yeah, in the
Yes.
first one.
Well, it definitely wasn't Lyndon Ashby in the second one, that's for sure.
And the Lyndon Ashby version of Johnny Cage is actually a skin in Mortal Kombat 11.
Voice and everything.
Yep, voice and everything. In fact,
Yep.
a few of the original actors of Mortal Kombat, the movie, came back to do their reskins, their special skins for MK11. Christopher Lambert is doing Raiden for his special skin. And Bridget Nielsen, I think? No. Bridget
Nielsen? Oh my god.
Bridget something or other. I forget her last name. Might have been Bridget Wilson, actually. Did Sonya Blade.
Bridget Wilson.
Yeah, I always confuse Bridget Nielsen and Bridget Wilson because their names are so similar.
Just think, Bridget Wilson, Happy Gilmore.
Bridget Nielsen, giant
whose
fucking...
line is the name?
Bridget Nielsen, giant fucking Scandinavian-looking Viking woman with huge tits.
Who wants to Snu-Snu you?
Yeah, who snooze-nude with Flavor Flav.
Oh, I was just gonna mention, she was mentioned on Whose Line, but that works better.
Yeah, she would never snooze-snoo me. I ain't black enough.
Dude.
Oh, Michael.
Dude.
It's true. I don't think there's any man black enough, to be fair, other than Flavor Flav.
Mike.
What?
Mike.
What? It's true.
'Cause you are beautiful in every single way.
This is fucking trippy.
Oh, yeah, looks like haunted Jello. 'Cause you see, I came back from the dead to haunt you.
Is he actually dead yet?
I don't think so,
No.
but I'm just rolling with it.
Yeah,
Now,
he'll be
if he happens to die within the next few months, this is going to be a very creepy video.
Yeah. It's already a creepy video. What are you talking about?
It's like the fat bitch on some weird game streaming thing predicted
The
Cosby's
fat
death.
bitch on some weird gaming stream.
Oh my god!
I don't think so, Tim.
Look,
Hey, Al, fuck you.
look, it's no secret. There's a lot of people out there who
I was
do
taking
not
a drink
like
of
me.
soda. I did not need to be shot at. Thank you. Okay, I'm going back down. Sweet. That's what I wanted.
It's like, thank you, fuck you, bye bye.
I was dodging while taking a drink of soda. Like, stop
Fucking
shooting.
me.
I am thirsty. Okay.
Like, would you kindly stop shooting me while I am having a sip of my RC Cola? Thank you.
Thank you very much, motherfucker.
I am trying to drink my ginger ale. Would you shut up and stop shooting me with your lasers?
It is still really fucking trippy. It's like I'm seeing into another dimension.
Yeah, it looks like sky jello.
I thought you were going to say sky
Like it-
jizz.
No.
No. We don't have to take our sky jizz. We don't.
So, Michael, would you be willing to share with the class what I shared with you today?
Huh?
In regards to some content that I found on TikTok that I thought
Oh,
you would
are you
like.
talking about the woman who shared the facts about Blazing Saddles that I pretty much already knew all of?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But it was some good shit. There was some shit I didn't even know. Like, I knew that Richard Pryor had a hand in it, but I didn't know, like, how intricate he was in at least getting Cleavon Little, the part of the sheriff. I didn't even know that James Earl Jones was in line to play the sheriff, and
I
Wow.
cannot see James Earl Jones playing that part.
no, neither can I. Like, he seems too Gilliard adjacent to be
Oh,
playing the sheriff. Don't get me
baby,
wrong,
you
Cleavon
are
Little.
so talented. They so dumb.
I hate to
And the
inform
part-
you, but you're sucking on my arm.
Where the white woman at?
Hey, where the white women at? Yeah, I can't imagine James Earl Jones saying that. Now, Roy, I told you to clean your hands after the cross burning. See, it's coming off.
Oh my god.
Well, my next impression, Jesse
Jesse
Owens.
Owens.
just that deep booming voice for my next impression.
Jesse Owens. This is CNN.
Oh,
Oh Lord have mercy.
oh, the weird thing is, I did know about the one guy who was the firefighter who was kind of reserved about saying a certain word that is used numerous times in the film, and that Cleavon just kind of like told him, "Hey, this is a fun environment. Go nuts, but if you said it outside, we'd be going to Fistville."
Fist City.
Which is, yeah, Fist City. Okay, I don't know why I
And you
thought
shall
Ville.
be-
Which I'm pretty
And
sure
shall
Bridget
be
Nielsen has been to
one.
Fist City. I almost said Piss City.
Maybe that too.
Possibly.
Cleavon Little went to Piss City?
Oh, God. There's
Oh
gold,
no, that's
there's
terrible.
gold in their hills.
Oh,
Too bad it's all liquid.
Huh.
But I will say the
Good job.
moron speech, like, I am surprised that was not in the script. Or
all
partially.
the speech was is the morons part was not, which caught Cleavon Little off guard. So
But
his,
that-
so
I
his
am so
laughter is
glad-
genuine.
I am so glad they left it in the film, though, because it really showed how much the sheriff and the Waco kid were, like, bonding. Like,
Yes.
that is great on fucking Mel Brooks's part.
Are we awake? I don't know.
that
Are
depends.
we?
I
Are
mean,
we? We are.
Snu-Snu.
Then we're awake, but we're very puzzled.
What's not exactly Earth and not exactly water.
Quicksand!
It's like, do you like what's I don't know, but I hate it.
I am the great mighty Pooh, and I want to do Snu-Snu with you.
Ew. That brings new meaning to
What is
the
it?
term fucking shit up.
What is it with these humans and their scatology?
A huge supply of tears from my
What? I think Scatman John is a perfectly acceptable pop star.
Shitman John.
There's a difference between Scatman John and scatology. Scatman John,
Studied scatology.
That is the,
well, let's just say
that is the practice of studying about scat singing.
Yes.
let's just say Scatman John is the shit. Scatology is, well,
Is just shit.
Yeah, that's
Shit.
fair.
I do
Bridget
love you.
Nielsen wants to do Snu-Snu on you.
No thanks.
She wants you to die. She'll put you between her thighs.
How about some scat, you little twat?
This song
She'll
has
crush
gone to
you
weird
like-
places.
I know, man. Oh,
Oh god, I forgot about the screamers of Sneech.
Not the screamers of Sneech.
Or Zeech?
Looks like-
I don't know. I don't know how
It
to pronounce
almost
that word.
looks like the mix between a bat and a stingray. Kind of like, yeah, I was the one who took out Steve Irwin.
So it's a sting bat.
Yeah.
Or a bat sting.
Or a bat ray. Which almost sounds like a a weapon that Bruce Wayne would use.
Kind of
Quick
like something that he would use on Dracula, since there have been, like, you know, Batman versus Dracula stories.
Lord of
Batman.
Change? Was that? Lord of Change.
In the House of Flies.
I was thinking scorpions, but yeah, okay. Take
Wow.
me to the rhythm of the moment of the glory light.
That is a good song, though. Not gonna lie. Wow. Oh, that thing teleports. Oh, shit, son.
Oh, yeah.
Found it. Wow. Boy, aren't you glad that the game was just like, hey, you're not a try-hard? That's okay. We got invulnerability. Try that.
Oh, is this a boss fight?
It might be.
It feels... Look at the health bar. Like, look at all the extra... Like, look at that shit. Zoom in on that shit. That does not look like a normal health bar for a normal enemy.
I'll pass on zooming in on that shit.
Well, I was just trying to, like, show people at home that shit's not normal. I don't know why I'm going Michael Rappaport all of a sudden, but damn it.
Die, you
almost
son
got
of a bitch.
Wow, that is a very
I got an achievement
detailed
for that.
health animation.
Sweet. Oh, and there's a fucking... Oh, that was a heavy bolter. I guess it was wanting me to use that. That's strength 5, though. My plasma gun was the same strength as that boss. Like, I think that was the smarter move, honestly.
Game, I appreciate your suggestion, but I have something better.
I have my own suggestion. It's way better than that. A plasma gun unloaded into that Lord of Change's fucking face.
It's like, thank you, but I'm gonna respectfully decline the offer. Here's my counter offer. It's called "Fuck You Gun."
Is this Taz that you're doing an impression of here?
But I digress. God, I miss that little orange man.
I'm dead.
Yeah,
I know he's not dead.
He's not dead. He's just in AEW. It's very similar. I understand. I'm just kidding.
Although I will, and this is a legitimate question: how the fuck is Hook half of that man? He looks nothing like Taz.
Well, the Hook does bring you back.
Like, Hook's got.
I ain't telling you no lies.
Yeah.
The Hook has a full head of hair. He's built, but he's got like Superman body type.
Shit.
44 minutes that took. Probably half of that was me dicking around.
Well, here's the thing. You lost your way, and that happens in games. Sometimes you don't have like an arrow that says, "Go here, asshole." Also, we kind of had a technical difficulty, so it happens.
Shut
up.
Look, Michael mentioned it.
A derpa derpa doo. I like talking to you.
Well, that's nice. Thank you.
I wanna go.
Did I forget to turn off? I did. Stupid. I was like, why was I not taking... I was like, for some reason, wasn't taking damage a lot during that battle. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Yeah. I mean, it's built into the game, so it's not really cheating, like I said before.
Shake, 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 and shake it.
Oh, my God. There's some skyjism all over this place.
Is there a reason why this 2007 Ford... Oh, that's a 2007 Ford Focus.
What? Contact with redacted? What? Oh!
What? But has your ally been possessed by...
In the skull servo? I don't know.
Yeah.
Am I in hell? Is this hell?
Or is it New Jersey?
Ah! Nasty blue monsters. I guess it's New Jersey.
Get the fuck out of here.
Die!
Joey, we got a visitor. It's some guy in big blue fucking armor. Let's give him a warm welcome.
How do you know what color my armor is? It could be red. It could be green.
Most of the Warhammer 40K protagonist armor is blue.
I guess you can see the arm of my character as he's pumping the shotgun.
Yes, I was also gonna say, look at the arm. Look at the bend in the arm. Is fucking blue with gold trim.
It's fucking blue.
Plus, I mean, if you think about it, most of the Warhammer 40K protagonists have that big blue bulky armor. Like, you look at all the promos, and there's that.
All the what?
Promos, like promotional artwork.
It sounded like you said something different. All the promos. All the blah, blah, blah. Ooh, what's this? Yes.
So weird that I think...
I need all the contempt I can get.
Ooh. I would love to give him all of my contempt. He can have it. And I'm filled with it.
He actually wants to Snu-Snu with the Boltgun guy.
The Boltgun guy, who might actually not even be a human. I'll be honest.
I don't even think he has a name.
A part of me thinks it's just a brain inside of a machine.
I think we all are just brains inside a machine.
Yeah, but I'm talking like not metaphorically, but
I don't mean to get I don't mean to get metaphorical on you here, babe, but
that looks like a hell geyser.
I don't think it's been established yet if we are in hell, to be honest.
Well, think about it. Dark energy, pulsating.
Are we? How much overtime are we going?
We're not going overtime. I'm at 55 according to this, which I am going to go ahead and stop. Thank you for joining us for this edition of Backseat Gamer. If you like what we do, please hit subscribe and be sure to hit the bell to be notified of upcoming videos. For Dane Forgione and Ashley Miller, I'm Mike Riley saying see you next time on Backseat Gamer.